Hello everybody, this is General Yanis, and today in Death Card Tactics I'm going to be looking at a short review of reveals from the Grand Tournament 2022 package, some new missions, changes to primary scoring, and then some changes to secondaries, and what on earth is retrieving Nachmund data now. So with no further ado, let's take a look. So today, the 5th of December, Death Card Battle Force, the only battle force that was basically delayed of all the 6 battle forces, and I was quite looking forward maybe to order one just to get the Mephitic Blight Holders and Death Shroud and maybe a few more Plague Marines, but that was it. We have to be patient as Death Card. But the US Open Games Workshop tournament finale unveiled some changes to the Grand Tournament 2022, some updated matched play rules, changes in how it looks, the primary objectives going to be scored going forward, then some changes to secondary objectives, and they shared 2 new missions in Warhammer community. So let's take a look at these reveals. So one thing that seemed like a major change is how the primary objective will be scored. It looks like the missions will have 2 primary objectives, at least the 2 they revealed. All of them were split into 2 primary objectives. So the one is the take and hold. Currently we are scoring 5, 10, and 15 points. Let's say 5 points each to control 1, 2, or control more objectives than your opponent. But this seems to be going to 4, 8, and 12 points. So 4 to control 1, 8 if you control 2, 12 if you control more than your opponent. But then additionally, there will be a second part of the primary objective where you can score 3 extra points so that you totally can still score 15 victory points for your primary. And this seems to be a rehash of the mission specific secondary. So in this mission there was no mission specific secondary. It seems to be replaced with this additional part of the primary. So in my opinion, by the first looks of it, I think I like this change. I think it will give a bit more flavor when you play a specific mission. You have to kind of be trying to do what the mission wants you to do. In this one, for example, you have to control your priority objective marker. In some others, you have to make peace and killing things, or maybe surviving, or something like that. So I think it will be interesting. It kind of forces everybody to accept the let's say the mission secondary. Before there were some maps where nobody took the mission secondary. There were some maps where you needed to take the mission secondary. It was really good. Now it will be like part of the primary. And this will also force people to always take 3 generic mission secondaries, which is not always easy. Some of the maps, for example, where they didn't have many objectives for actions and spreading sicknesses and stuff like that, it was good to have a good mission secondary. Now we'll still be back to 3 generic mission secondaries. Some changes to secondary objectives revealed. So during I was watching the Twitch feed, and they revealed the changes to, for example, Retrieve Octarius data will now be Retrieve Nachmund data, or Nachmund data, as we would say, as people would say in Germany. But to succeed now with this action, not only do you have to do it in each table quarter, all that is unchanged, but you need to roll a d6, and then the result has to be under the number of models in the unit to succeed. You get -1 modifier for troops, so troops will be better to do the retrieving data. But if you have a very small unit, let's 2, 3 guardsmen that survive, you need to roll, let's say, a 3 or lower, so it has a high chance of failing if you only have remnants of a unit, or if you are only doing it with the cheapest unit you could find, let's say cheapest infantry unit with 1 model. That will be very difficult to succeed. Bikers and characters can now also do it, and I like the change that they make it a bit harder to do these actions, primarily because I never took this one, Retrieve Octarius data, because Poxwalkers, which is our main, let's say, cheap fodder infantry, could not do the action. So I was looking at other places. So it's okay. I think that they make it a little bit more difficult to succeed, because that was one of the mostly chosen ones. They also showed investigate signal secondary. They also did the change here that infantry units can do the mission, the action, if they are close to the middle, but it requires 3 or more models in the unit. Again, you cannot do it with only one model. So again, forcing a little bit more requirements to do action scoring your victory points cannot be done with very few models, which is, I think it's quite good. They showed also 2 new missions, the secure missing artifacts, which seems like one of the previously available missions, but a bit change to the rules. You still have the redeploying objectives going on in this mission. You choose the priority target in your opponent's territory, and then the extra primary is you score 3 victory points if you control your priority objective. Before, the mission secondary was giving you 3 victory points for the same thing. Now it's finally, the other new mission was recover the relics, one of these with 6 objectives. One mission rule now here is that you need to get the CP at the start of your turn. You need to control your home objective. If you lose it, then you are not getting the CP, so that forces you more. But normally you would always try to keep your home objective, I would assume, but now it makes it more imperative to do so. In this one, the second primary, let's say, is you get 1 VP additional per unit destroyed for a maximum of 3 victory points per turn. I think that's quite nice because, yeah, most of the times you're trying to destroy some enemy units anyway, so it's something that would not go out of your way to be doing, but it would be something that comes naturally to the game. So in this mission. So summary and final thoughts. I think I like these changes so far. What I've seen, a bit more flavor and mission-specific play, splitting up the primary victory points, no more mission-specific secondaries, but some of them were really good, some of them were really bad. Now we will have to consider them. Now we have to think about them because they will be transmogriffed to primary, basically. A bit more from the 2 secondary I could see in Twitch. The changes seems to that they are adding some more requirements for action-specific secondaries on something that was easy to score. So you would require some bigger units, a bit more careful planning, and you can't just do it with the cheapest available models to say. So really looking forward to the Grand Tournament 2022, where we can see all the changes, and happy to be watching the US Open 21, the finale on Twitch, and I would really like to be part of that someday, just to play a game. Maybe I have to go to the US and play some Grand Tournament there. That would be really fun. So this concludes the video. What do you think about the changes? Please leave some comments below. Like and subscribe the channel. We're bringing you more news and Warhammer, Mathhammer analysis, Death Guard, and Thousand Suns related. If you want to support my efforts, please visit my Patreon page. And with these words, General Yanis says goodbye and have a nice day. Bye bye.